Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the Vintage Paper Girl. Welcome to my studio. I'm super excited to bring you along with me today. I am here working on my Christmas ball journal, and I was working away, and I decided just to turn on the camera. You can see I've already, well, you probably can't see because I got like stuff everywhere, but I've already got stuff, cut out, was working on the cover. And I thought, well, let's bring them along to hang out while I do a little craft and chat, maybe while I'm doing a little decorating in this journal. This is the flip-flop journal I started 2 years ago. And I have already started working on, I'm working on the cover. And I put a pocket on. I've added this. I did all of this. I added the ruffle. I've added that. So I've already done some more work on it since the last time I saw you. I haven't done a lot. I was going to make a tag here, and I thought, well, maybe I should invite you guys along and see if you want to hang out with me and see what I'm up to. So I'm just working on a tag to maybe put into this pocket here. And this was a piece that was already from the kit. And, today I'm using Victorian Velvet Distress Ink, just for those of you who want to know that. If anybody else is working on one of these. You don't have to be making a flip-flop, but maybe you're making some kind of, journal card. Or maybe you're making this into your own journal, but you're using this kit. This is from Uniquely Ella, and this is the Christmas ball. And she has an Etsy shop, and a physical shop. She has both. So I'm wondering, because I want to put this on. This is just a scrap I have now. I got to find, it's going to get dark in here. I've been working all day, and I thought, oh my gosh, I should have invited you guys along to hang out with me while I did this. And I thought, well, maybe I could just, have you come along, even though I'm towards the end of what I'm doing before it gets too dark, have you come and chit chat for a little bit. I'm going to put that there. I like that up there. So I'm going to put this on, and I'm going to use Fabri-Tac because I am gluing it over lace, and I put the lace on with Fabri-Tac. Makes it easier for it to stick because it's meant to do fabric or lace to paper and paper to paper. It will do both. I have this sweet little bit I cut out. Now the tough part is figuring out the top from the bottom and then getting it on there, but not getting it on everything else. So how are you guys? Is everybody good? I hope you're all well. Hope nobody's super sick. I hope my friend who's had some surgery, you sure you are doing all right? I know you had your knee done, and I'm hoping that you're hanging in there okay. Been in my prayers. So is one of my best buds took a nasty fall, and so she's in my prayers too. So you just, happens. Boy, when you get older and you have surgery or you get injured, geez, I'm just using scraps right here. I think it's always fun to use up some scraps and just, do a little of this and a little of that and see what you get, I don't like, yeah, that's better. I just wanted to give this tag some interest. I want to put something up there. I'm wondering if I could do a piece of fabric or a piece of lace. I don't know if I want to put another piece of lace at the top or a different piece of lace. Oh, let me move that. I have this fun piece of, I was thinking maybe I could just put like one of the leaves at the top would be fun, or cut out the leaf and just put it at the very top. Maybe I could do that. I love to fussy cut lace even, right? It's fun to do that. Going to What's new? What's everybody up to? We're not doing a lot. We did kind of make sure the garage was all ready to bring home our Christmas stuff. We're gonna. I was hoping my husband would do it this weekend, but he kind of put me off. I don't know if he just isn't ready, maybe, to do it. Seems like a big piece for a little card. Seems like I should save that for a bigger card, huh? I do have this little one. I wonder if this would be better. Maybe save that for maybe a bigger journal card. I don't have a lot of this. It's scrap lace that my buddy gave me for my birthday. And my best bud. I think I just want to put that on there like that. That's pretty. Anyway, we were working on the garage, and of course, you know, my hubby, we get a lot of Amazon boxes, and he says, you know, which ones you want to keep. So I went out to the garage with him, and we figured out what I was looking for. Is I wanted to keep one as kind of a glue box. I mean, not a glue box, a spray box, an overspray box. So when I do some spritzing, I want to do the Tim Holtz spritz on some of my tags and things, and I didn't want spray all over my desk. So I told him, well, I want a box for that. So we went through all the boxes to see what was there, see if there was anything I could use. And I think I found one to use. I'm going to try it. Wasn't even any of the Amazon boxes. Surprise, surprise. It was something else. But anyway, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, which is all right, you know. So what I wanted it for was, and I feel like it could have like something sparkly or a bow, or see if I have a little bow. That might look cute. Do I have a littler one, or do I want that one? No, I actually want something brighter. This is a pretty intense color. This kit has got some nice, yummy, intense colors. So I think that's what I want to use, is intense colors on this. I just want to get the right side of the bow. There we go. Yeah, I want to use some intense colors on this because they're very deep. Burgundy, green, gold. It's pretty much the name of the game for this particular kit. And you'll see that's what I have done here. I also spent some time before I turned on the video gold leafing around the edges. Then I used, I had glittered up, I'm going to let that dry for a minute, glittered up a bunch of things. I used glitter. All these pieces I glittered up before I started the video. Oh, nope, that's not it. I did this one too. These are all pieces from the kit. I have put glitter all over these so that when I'm ready to use them, they're already ready to go. And I don't have to, because if you know, the one thing I like to do is if I'm doing glitter, I'll think, well, what's everything I might want to glitter? Let's get it glittered up. So that's what I did. And, or get some gold leaf on it, or, I use this, Deco Color Premium Gold paint pen. It's very strong. So someone asked me, does it have a strong scent? Yes, it does. And if you're allergic to things that are intensely, it smells like paint. Yep. And there are times, you know, I feel like I get a little bit sick to my stomach or high from doing it because it's so strong. But I love it. So, you know, I'll keep using it no matter what. I like the gold on here, so the only thing is you do have to wait for it to dry a little. So I definitely will wait for this to dry, and then we'll put it in the pocket. All right. I have a palm full of gold. Yeah, I have to use the alcohol wipes or a hand sanitizer with alcohol in it to get that paint off your palm, because it's kind of, I think it's I'm going to say that that's an oil-based paint. It does not come off very easily, even with the alcohol wipes and stuff. So I don't leave it on my skin because it can be smells kind of toxic. So I'm going to let that dry for a little bit, and then we'll get back to that. Now I've got to move on to, oh, that is the same as back there. Well, okay. I've got this first page, and I have to decide, do I want to put something down the side? What I think I might want to do is see how many pockets I have. So there's 2, 3, that's a pocket, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 pockets just in that very first set. Then we go into here and we've got, so we're going to want to do probably some decorating on the pockets or down the sides of pages. I think we're going to find that in most sections, because that first section has 9. The second has, well, it's either got a pocket or a tuck. Let's put it that way. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that should be right, 8. All right, and then we move over to here. So there's pretty much 8 on each one. So there's 1, we've got this one, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the reason I say 9 is because 1's an envelope. We can kind of use that. We can either decorate it all up, cover it up. There's a bunch of things we can do with that. So there's basically 9 pockets there. And then do I have any pockets in this? Yep, there's an envelope. So we've got at least 1 pocket here. So yeah, we've got quite a few pockets to fill, quite a few pockets to decorate. We have got cards that I've made, got some things already ready to go. I'm going to need all of these journal cards that I sort of started, and I'm going to have to make many more, I can see. There's a big one. I'm going to need that. And then I made this. I don't know what that's going to be yet. I know these are page tucks. I do have this wonderful little scrappy bit that I could either hang on a page, or I think we did that in a video. Or I'm thinking it's going to go on the edge somewhere. It might. I think I'll put that aside. I don't think I want to use that. This is a belly band. Could be one. And that's a little mini thing that I might need to use too. So I think I'm going to end up using just about everything I've got based on what I have here. So it's going to be a lot of work to fill this little journal. Will I get it done this year? I don't know, because as I'm looking at the pockets, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm never going to finish this, not in a million years. That's the problem with the flip-flops. There's so much you can put in there. There's so much in there already. Yikes, you know. But give it a shot, right? That still has to be cut out. This is a little cute little goodie we can stuff in a pocket. These can go down the side of a page. These can be belly bands. These are somewhat journal cards. That's a journal card. That's a journal card. That one's already a journal card. I need to get those made into journal cards. Okay, this one's going to need an image on it, which, you know what? She might be a good image. I like the star. I would think I could darken it up and maybe put an image on it. I can't, it won't fit on that. That's too small. But it might work on one of these big ones, or it might work out. I have a bunch of them. Might work on one of the pockets. I just remembered seeing a pretty good size fold-up pocket. I think it was in one of the other, oh, nope. See, there's a big one there. So I can do something with that, don't you think? I think I could. So I can see me using those. This could go on here to give it some dimension. Let's get this. I want to get some dimension on here. I'm going to get some fabric and stuff under that probably. What I think I'll do with this one is what did I do with all my paper clips? Oh, I was using them. Okay, I should have some more here. Okay, let me put this one with this one so I know that's going to go there. These need some kind of image, and so does that. This needs to be cut out. This is a journal card. Yep, all of these are backed, so it's not like they don't have any decoration. Here's another one. I'm going to need these for the different pockets for sure. I may, you know, I don't know where this kit is. I don't know when I bought it. I'm gonna have to really see if I can find it because I need to reprint. I'm going through my ephemera like crazy. Okay, let's get this here. Let's put some. So anyway, hubby and I got the garage ready for Christmas because we have that coming right up. We normally decorate Thanksgiving weekend, but that is going to be late. This year, Thanksgiving is late, and Christmas is early, so we're gonna be overlapping. So I told him we need to get maybe next weekend. Now, guys, I did put up my what do you call it? Retreat at home videos. Doesn't look like they're doing well so far when I'm making this. Doesn't look like it's doing well at all. So if that's the case, if they don't do very well and there's really no comment, not a lot of comments, not a lot of likes, then I will be stopping the retreat at home. And more than likely I'll be stopping the majority of my videos for the rest of this year. I'll do a few like I'm doing for this, but it will be a very limited amount of videos. Oh, by the way, I do have some lovely Christmas pens and pen sets in the shop for you to look at. There is probably other ephemera in the shop by the time you see this video. So if you've been wanting some things from me, go and have a look. Some are under the Vintage Paper Girl. I think some are just under the standard listing, the Vintage Paper Girl collection. I have my own little category inside the shop. I also have, I think, a few of my scanned digitals over in a Jewel Design with Jolene's work. So I have some stuff over there as well. And they're documents and letters, real documents and letters that we have scanned. that I highly recommend using when you need to back things. I'll try to show them in another video when I have a minute to get them out and show you what they look like. But you can find them in her shop. From plain ones to some with lace on them. Ledgers and letters. I think it's ledgers, lace and ledgers. There's a ledger lace collection. There's quite a few lovely bits over in a jewel design that were my documents that she let, and she added her work on top of mine. They're under our collaboration, maybe. They could be under our collaboration work too. I'm not sure what category they're under. Well, they're under collaboration or vintage paper girl collection in the A Jewel Design shop. We have direct link under this video for the shop as well as for our regular physical store, physical things that we sell. We have physical things, and then there's the Jolene's digital shop, and she's allowed me to put some goodies in there too. I think I have about 6 different digitals. I used to have more. I used to have laces and all kinds of fun stuff in there, digital laces, but I think we pulled those. I don't know. She used to have 200 or 300 digitals in her digital shop, but we pulled the shop down for a while, and now she's redone it. And little by little, she's adding back in things that we think people might actually, you know, use. So, okay. Just want to make sure these are all inked and ready to go. This is a big tag. It's already printed on the back, so I really hate to cut it out. You know, pack it with something else. It's on 48-pound paper. It's not on little flimsy paper, but it's not on cardstock either. So, you know, I don't know. Let me get this. Okay, that way when we're ready, okay, if I decide to put something in there, if I decide to put a little eyelet in there. Okay, yeah, you know, I'm surprised it's so bright compared to this, but it's all part of the same set, so I don't know. Weird. All right, so we've got some journal cards ready. Now the question is, I want to put these down the side of some pages. And that's kind of what I was thinking was, you know, when I made them, was that they could go down like the side of something like that. Or, you know, if there was a page that was like a book page, you know, these are really very thick. I wonder if it would be better to make them thinner. Cut them down. Would give me more, and then they can go down the side of a book page like that, so you can see the beautiful book page, but I want to cover up that much book page. So I'm wondering if I cut these in half. Hold on a minute, let me go to the let me go to Big Bertha here. Be right back. That's dicey cutting it. Just a minute. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Look, I didn't lose a finger trying to do that. Yikes. Okay, where are we at? Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I've given myself some thinner ones. I still have this one if I want to make thicker ones. I'll keep that for now. But I was thinking on some of these book pages where it's pretty blah, I could put that on there and that would jazz it up a little bit, right? And on these kind of papers, I was thinking I could add some of my laces and maybe some of my fabrics. And I have velvet. We could do like a little cluster. Maybe do some clusters. I have all this yummy... I just don't know what to use. You know, that's the problem when you get a lot of stuff. I know that, I think it's Pam over at Glam Junk Journal. Is it you, Pam? That, oh my goodness, you know, I don't know how you do it. Because I bet you're like me, you're like, oh, I don't know what to use. Because you see so many pretty things and then you're like, oh, should I use that or not? You know, and then you're like, well, maybe I should have. Giving this a good cutout. This is just a little envelope, but I'm pretty sure I might want to use it for something. So let's, and it's all printed on the inside. Let's get it cut out. So we're doing prep again. You know, there's always a lot of prep for any journal that you do, especially if you're doing it from scratch and you're not doing it from, it's already partly, you know, you've already got a bunch of stuff made. I don't have a bunch of stuff made for this at all. So, you know, I'm just doing the best I can with it. Okay. Now what else? Oh my goodness. I am gonna ink this because I did leave some white edges. That wasn't my very best cutting job ever. But I wanted to say hello and then let you know if you don't see any more, which is too bad because I made a whole bunch of projects, but I could just do a daily, I guess, or do any kind of just a regular video showing some stuff, but it definitely won't be along the same style. Where is my stylus? Okay, did I pull it out and just forget about it, or did it bury? I hate it gets buried in there. It gets at an angle and I cannot see it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, now when I do this, I make sure I do it on a healing mat, a self-healing mat, because I don't want to damage the mat when I do this. I don't know if you guys are seeing this or not. Let me see. Let me stand up. Yeah, you could see what I'm doing. I'm scoring instead of my scoreboard. Sometimes that scoreboard isn't that easy. And I always did it this way for so long before I ever got a scoreboard. So this just goes to show you, if you don't have a scoreboard, you get a little embossing tool and a ruler and you're good to go, right? I love little mini envelopes. I have a thing for them. Let's go like this. So, anyway. Yeah, I guess that's the top and the bottom. Or that's the top and the bottom. You can go either way. Either one works. Yep, like that. Seems like, well, anyway, it's cute. We can use it. We can put it in a pocket, right? It will not go to waste. I just pretty much wanted to get some things going so that we were ready. I mean, all of this takes time when you're doing a journal. Many of you said you wanted to see me work on it. So, and I mean, we don't do the same thing every day when we're working on it. It's not like I'm making 20 of the same thing in every video. It's a completely different video. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I am using the Victorian Velvet, which was my very first favorite one to use besides Vintage Photo. Back in the day, 7 years ago when I started doing this. Although I've only been doing it on, we're coming up on 5 years now. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. It'll be 5 years in April of 26 that I have been doing videos. I don't really know if I'm going to seal this or what I'm going to do. So I guess I'll go ahead and ink it for now. Okay. Oops. That wasn't a very good job, was it? Okay, there we go. Just a little ink everywhere. There. That's cute. Okay, so we've got all kinds of goodies to now put in here. And we've also got a belly band, which this belly band's going to be too wide. So we'll have to decide, you know, what is it going to... It's probably going to go on like this page. This would be a cool... But it's already got... We got that to go on there. I forgot about that. So, but there's other... there are other... Oh, that's cute. Put one here, you know, or we could use this one on here. That might be cool. We kind of want to put it on a page that you can't write on, right? So I like the idea of putting belly bands on music pages. You still see the page, but you don't. I'm going to have to do this just to get it cut off to the right length. Cut that just a little short. There we go. Okay, now where to go? Right here. Fa la 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 la. Okay, do I want to put it there? I want to put it there. I want it in the middle. But then I'd be covering up that. Maybe I could put it in between. Doesn't have to be dead center. Yeah, let's do that. Let's add this belly band. And I may add some fabric or lace or something to it. Now let's move it up just a bit. There we go. Right there. Get it out of there. Did I put enough? Yeah, hopefully I put enough on the edges. Yeah. So that's kind of like what we want to do is we want to go through and just kind of add some of those things that we've got made, and then we can start adding in lace and ribbon and, you know, all this lovely stuff I have here from my mom. Oh, this is from a dress I made for a Christmas party that my husband and I went to for his company. I think it was our first Christmas party, and I made this dress. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, it had well, there were shoulder pads, of course, cap sleeve, fitted, but it had kind of a sash across it and then ties down. Oh, it was so pretty. Oh my gosh. I remember that. I will never forget that. But I was thinking I might want to drape something down the side of some of these pages just to give them lace and things like that, you know, just to give the pages some dimension. Okay, so that one has a belly band. Do we have... No, we have music page over here somewhere. That has that. There was another one that I thought would be good for a belly band. Do we not have any music page on this one? Maybe we did not. Yeah, but we have that. But that's got a pocket on it. So I want to use something that doesn't have a pocket on it, near it, or around it, which I don't really have anything on this set. I don't really want to put one on the opening page, but I could do that. I could put that on there, and then that would allow me to slide something in without putting a pocket there. Maybe I could do that. I'm thinking I don't need about that much. I eyeballed it. Am I right? I am. Pretty close. Is that to the edge of the page? It was very close. Okay. And we can put a little belly band there right in the beginning. I'm good with that. I don't need that. That can go in the garbage. But I don't throw a lot of the pretty scraps away because you never know what you're going to do with it. You know, I just noticed it's getting dark in here. So we're probably going to have to stop for today. I really would love to have done a longer video, but the light is going. I had been working, but I had to stop for a little bit because I had a headache come out of nowhere. So I had to take some meds and let them do the job so I could come back and play some more. I wanted to play. I wasn't ready to give up playing. Yeah, that definitely. I'm thinking some lace or some velvet across there would be pretty, pretty, pretty. Let me grab something before it gets too much darker in here. We'll call it quits. We don't need a big long video. I just want to come and say hello, show you I was working on this project that I have. Wanted you to check out my shop. I also wanted you to know that if we don't get the support for the sorry, I'm drawing a complete blank. If we don't get support for the weekend retreat at home, it's a 2-day retreat and I worked really hard, then I won't do anymore. I did 2 days already. You'll have to go see it. Tell me what you think, because if it's the support's just not there, I'm just not going to do it. I'll give it up and that'll be it, you know. And ooh, that's pretty. That's red, which I don't want to do red. Where's my green? I know there's a green in here. No, that's black. I think my green is not, I'm making a mess out of my box. There's my green. I don't want red for this right now. The burgundy is really pretty. There's a lot of green. I'm going to go with the burgundy, I think, across there. You know, when my husband and I first got married, you know, we were very excited to go to his company Christmas party and be part of the group. It was so fun. I want to make sure that this goes with this. Is it the wrong color? Not really. I mean, I think this green is too green. I think that's too, well, is that too green? Not really, you have that. I'm unsure here. Well, maybe we can add a bit of lace. Oh, let's see. I've got some lace. Maybe we could add a bit of lace across there. That seems like it's a bit wide, though. I would like something a little more narrow. I'll look through my laces. See what I got that would look good with that. I know I have more narrow lace than that. Oh, I've got tons of lace. You all know I do. You all know I have tons and tons. Oh yeah, there's something more narrow right there. Almost out of it though. This is one of my vintage laces that I've had forever. It's also more open and you can see through it better. Yeah, and we're not using a lot of it. And then I'll add a little bit of that. If I don't add the wide, I could do a smaller one, smaller velvet bit. Or cut up some of my velvet, maybe. Is that going to be wide for that? Yeah, it is. But I do have the green I think I was thinking about using. No. I don't think I have a burgundy in you know, I looked everywhere for this lace right here. I tore my whole room apart for this. And it was sitting in a box. Oh my goodness. You ever look at yourself and think, where is my brain at? Did I leave it somewhere important? Because I can't find it. Ooh, no, not that. Yucko. Okay, well that wasn't it. Well, it is getting dark in here. I don't know. Let me see what the camera's doing. Has it adjusted? It's been adjusting it. Okay. So this would be the next size. And I kind of feel like what's the point of putting lace under there if we're going to make that so wide? So maybe we wouldn't put lace. Or we do lace and we do something else there. Maybe we'll do that, right? So let's... Well, I made a mess out of my velvet box, but I will, it's good because then I will make sure that my velvets are, oh gosh, I'll fix that later, ready to be used right now. No, let's put the blue and the pink at the bottom and bring up my reds and greens. I'll put that on there and then we will decide, And I'm going to actually do it as a double belly band, which you know I like to do, meaning the lace becomes a belly band as well if I wanted to tuck something narrow in there. Or whoever gets this one to tuck a little something in there. You can tuck something in right here and then right there, okay? But I don't want to do that right now because I need that to set. And I will look around my, I could put a jewel, or I could put one of my medallions. I have lots of medallions. Yes, I do. I have medallions. I don't think I have any green or burgundy. Did I ever cut green out of that? Oh, I did. But I don't think that's the right green. A little bright. But I do have a burgundy red that might look good. All kinds of... I die cut stuff all the time. No, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. What else have I got? I'm hungry. I had a snack and it didn't work. I have to have Daddy get me another one. No, those don't look good either. Okay, so none of those. Unless I have a gold one. No. What about this gold? I don't know. I'm going to have to wait till it's more light because it's getting so dark in here. I can't see. I know you guys can. But anyway, we've got this journal going now, finally. Finally, I've got it going. I feel pretty good. I spent a lot of time making, putting glitter on things and cutting things out and inking them. And so did a lot of prep work today. And did the cover, started the cover. I'm debating on whether, I feel like it's blank right here. So I'm debating on whether putting this frame on. I am at a loss as to what I think about that at this point. So we'll have to see. I plan to work on this through I'm working on this on the weekend. Hopefully you'll see this sometime during the week. And you can let me know what you thought about the weekend retreat. And if you guys are still interested, and go check out our shop because we've got lots of good stuff in there. And I hope to see you all again very soon, you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Mwah. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.